The Wizard of Oz, released in 1939, remains a timeless cinematic masterpiece that continues to captivate audiences of all ages. This film is not merely a story, it is a vibrant tapestry woven with elements of magic, nostalgia, and artistry that transcends generations. Judy Garland, at just 16 years old, delivers a poignant performance as Dorothy, embodying innocence and resilience. Her portrayal is both relatable and inspiring, capturing the essence of a young girl yearning for adventure and understanding in a world that often feels overwhelming. The film's technical achievements are remarkable, especially considering its release date. The special effects, particularly the iconic tornado sequence, showcase groundbreaking cinematography that was ahead of its time. While some may argue that the effects appear dated by today's standards, they are still celebrated for their imaginative quality. The dual roles played by the actors, especially the transformation from Kansas to the fantastical land of Oz, is a testament to the creativity of the filmmakers. The vibrant set designs, from the whimsical Munchkin Land to the grandeur of the Emerald City, create a visual feast that enhances the narrative's dreamlike quality. Margaret Hamilton's portrayal of the Wicked Witch of the West is another standout element of the film. Her performance is both menacing and captivating, leaving a lasting impression on viewers, particularly children who may have found her intimidating. While some may view her character as overly frightening, others appreciate the depth she brings to the role, creating a memorable antagonist that enriches the story. The costume design, especially her iconic hat and cape, adds to her formidable presence, making her a defining figure in cinematic history. The musical score of The Wizard of Oz is unforgettable, with songs that have become ingrained in popular culture. Over the Rainbow, in particular, stands out as a highlight, encapsulating Dorothy's longing for a better world. The lyrics, while perhaps considered corny by some, resonate with the universal theme of hope and dreams. This song not only foreshadows Dorothy's journey, but also reflects the internal struggles faced by Garland herself, adding a layer of poignancy to the performance. The film's pacing is expertly crafted, allowing viewers to experience the story as a surreal adventure filled with delightful surprises at every turn. The Kansas scenes, devoid of modern technology, evoke a sense of timelessness, grounding the fantastical elements of Oz in a reality that feels familiar yet distant. This juxtaposition enhances the viewer's experience, inviting them to escape into a world where anything is possible. Despite its many strengths, The Wizard of Oz is not without its criticisms. Some modern audiences might find aspects of the film, such as certain characterizations or plot devices, less appealing than contemporary storytelling techniques. However, these elements are often viewed through a lens of nostalgia, reminding viewers of the simplicity and charm of classic cinema. In summary, The Wizard of Oz is a film that has earned its place as an American treasure, enchanting audiences for decades. Its blend of stunning visuals, memorable performances, and iconic music creates an experience that is both entertaining and deeply meaningful. Whether revisiting it as a cherished childhood memory or discovering it for the first time, viewers are invited to embark on a journey that celebrates the power of imagination and the enduring quest for belonging. As the film continues to inspire new adaptations and interpretations, its original magic remains unparalleled, securing its legacy as one of the greatest films in history. As we bid farewell to the vibrant land of Oz, a world where dreams come true and courage is tested, a new journey awaits. What happened to the beloved cast after the cameras stopped rolling? The enchanting Judy Garland, who brought Dorothy to life, faced a tumultuous path filled with both triumphs and struggles. Meanwhile, the charming Bert Lahr, known for his unforgettable portrayal of the Cowardly Lion, had a life that was as colorful as his character. And what of the unforgettable Margaret Hamilton, who embodied the Wicked Witch with such fierce intensity? Her story reveals a surprising contrast to her on-screen persona. In this bonus segment, we delve into the lives of these iconic actors, uncovering the secrets, challenges, and unexpected turns that shaped their futures. Join us as we explore the legacies of the stars who brought magic to the screen and discover how their experiences in Oz influenced their journeys beyond the yellow brick road. Mitchell Lewis portrayed the captain of the Winky Guard in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz. His character, a figure of authority in the dark and foreboding land of the Wicked Witch, was pivotal in establishing the film's sense of danger and oppression. Lewis's commanding presence added depth to the role, making the captain both intimidating and memorable. After the film, his career continued in Hollywood, but he faced challenges that mirrored the darker themes of his most famous role. Lewis struggled with typecasting, often being relegated to villainous roles due to his imposing stature and strong voice. His personal life was fraught with difficulties, including financial hardships during the Great Depression, which led to a decline in his career. He faced scandals involving allegations of unprofessional behavior on set, which tarnished his reputation. In his later years, Lewis became reclusive, shying away from the limelight. The last known information indicates that he lived in relative obscurity until his passing, leaving behind a legacy marked by both his iconic role and the shadows of his turbulent life. Adriana Caselotti is best known for her role as Juliet in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz. Her enchanting voice brought the character to life, leaving an indelible mark on the film's legacy. However, this role was both a blessing and a curse. Despite her iconic performance, Caselotti faced challenges in her career afterward. She struggled to find substantial roles, often being typecast due to her distinctive voice. Her life was marked by personal hardships, including financial difficulties and a tumultuous relationship with Hollywood. Caselotti's career waned, and she found herself working various odd jobs to make ends meet. She also faced scandals, including disputes over her voice rights, which left her feeling exploited by the very industry that had once celebrated her talent. In her later years, Adriana found some solace in teaching and sharing her experiences with aspiring artists. She remained a figure of intrigue until her passing in 1997. The last known information about her highlights a life filled with both remarkable achievements and profound struggles, illustrating the complex nature of fame. Frank Morgan portrayed Professor Marvel in the 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz, a character that served as a bridge between Dorothy's mundane life and her fantastical journey. Professor Marvel, a con man with a heart, foreshadows the deeper themes of longing and self-discovery that permeate the film. Morgan's performance, marked by a blend of warmth and mystery, leaves a lasting impression, embodying the essence of a character who understands the power of dreams. Beyond this iconic role, Frank Morgan's life was fraught with personal challenges. He battled alcoholism, which affected his career and relationships. Despite his talent, he faced periods of instability, struggling to maintain his footing in Hollywood. Morgan also dealt with the loss of his brother, which deeply impacted him. His later years were marked by health issues, including a heart condition that ultimately led to his passing in 1949. Despite the darkness that surrounded him, Morgan's legacy as a talented actor endures, remembered for his charm and the complexity he brought to his roles. Last known information indicates that he is still celebrated for his contributions to film, with his work continuing to resonate with audiences today. Lily Curtis portrayed the Munchkin father in the 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz, a role that, while small, contributed to the film's enchanting atmosphere. Curtis, standing at just over 4 feet tall, was part of a community of little people who brought a unique charm to the film. His performance, though brief, left a lasting impression in a story that has captivated generations. After the film, Curtis faced significant challenges. He struggled to find consistent work in Hollywood, often typecast due to his stature. His career included appearances in various films and television shows, but he never reached the same level of fame as in Oz. Beyond his professional life, Curtis faced personal hardships, including battles with depression and financial instability. His struggles were compounded by the stigma surrounding little people in a society that often marginalized them. In the late 1950s, he was involved in a scandal when he was accused of being part of a fraudulent scheme, which he denied. This incident tarnished his reputation and affected his career. Despite these challenges, Curtis continued to work in the entertainment industry until his passing in 1988. His final years were marked by a sense of resignation, as he reflected on the fleeting nature of fame and the difficulties he faced throughout his life. The last known information about him reveals a man who, despite the shadows of his struggles, remained a beloved figure among those who appreciated his contributions to film. Margaret Hamilton portrayed the iconic role of Miss Gulch in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz, a character synonymous with menace and authority. Her performance left a lasting impression, embodying the dark side of authority that oppresses the innocent. This role was pivotal in her career, showcasing her ability to evoke fear and disdain, traits that would become her hallmark in many later roles. After The Wizard of Oz, Hamilton faced personal and professional challenges. She struggled with typecasting, often being seen solely as a villain. Despite this, he continued to work in film and television, appearing in various productions throughout the 1940s and 1950s. Her career was marked by a series of highs and lows, including a near-fatal car accident in 1948 that left her with lasting physical and emotional scars. In her personal life, Hamilton faced difficulties, including the pressures of Hollywood and the loss of her son in a tragic accident. These hardships contributed to a complex persona, one that was both resilient and deeply affected by her experiences. Later in life, she embraced her legacy, often attending conventions and sharing her stories with fans. The last known information about her indicates that she passed away in 1985, leaving behind a legacy that continues to intrigue and inspire. Ray Bolger's portrayal of Hunk, the Scarecrow in the 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz, remains one of his most memorable roles. His performance was marked by a blend of humor and vulnerability, capturing the character's longing for intelligence and purpose. Bolger's physical comedy and expressive face brought Hunk to life, making him a beloved figure in the film. However, the success of this role was just one chapter in a complex life, marked by both triumph and turmoil. After Oz, Bolger continued to work in film and television but struggled with typecasting. He faced personal hardships, including the loss of family members and the pressures of fame. His marriage to Gwendolyn Rickard was tumultuous, and they faced challenges that strained their relationship. In the 1970s, Bolger encountered financial difficulties, which led to a decline in his career. He also dealt with the darker side of Hollywood, including the impact of the studio system on his creative freedom. Despite these challenges, Bolger remained a resilient figure known for his optimism. He continued to perform into his later years, appearing in various television shows and stage productions. His last known public appearance was in 1985, shortly before his death in 1987. Ray Bolger's life was a tapestry of joy and sorrow, reflecting the complexities of a man who brought laughter to millions while grappling with his own demons. Terry, the dog who played Toto in the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz, became an iconic figure in cinema history. His role as Dorothy's loyal companion captured the hearts of audiences. Terry was not just a pet. He was a trained Airedale Terrier, known for his ability to follow complex commands and perform stunts. After the film's success, Terry's life took a darker turn. He faced the pressures of fame, which often led to unstable living conditions. In the years following Oz, Terry struggled with the demands of Hollywood. He was often typecast as a dog in various productions, limiting his opportunities. Personal hardships included a serious injury that sidelined him for a time, and he was later diagnosed with health issues. His owner, Carl Spitz, faced financial troubles, which added to Terry's stress. Terry passed away in 1945, but his legacy lives on. He was buried in a pet cemetery in Los Angeles with a headstone that reads, Terry Airedale, the Wizard of Oz. The last known information about him highlights the bittersweet nature of his fame. A reminder of the cost of stardom. Jack Haley portrayed Hickory, the Tin Man, in the 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz. His character, a representation of the heart's longing, was pivotal in the narrative, showcasing both humor and depth. Haley brought a unique charm to the role, blending vulnerability with a light-hearted spirit. Despite the film's success, Haley faced challenges post-Oz. He struggled with typecasting, often seen only as a comedic actor. His career included notable performances in musicals, but he never quite reached the same heights again. In his personal life, Haley endured hardships. He lost his first wife, which deeply affected him. He later remarried, but the shadows of his early loss lingered. Financial difficulties plagued him, especially during the Great Depression, forcing him to take various roles to support his family. Scandals were minimal, but the pressures of fame and the industry took their toll on his mental health. In his later years, Haley found some solace in television, appearing in shows until his health declined. He passed away in 1979, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumph and tragedy. The last known information about him highlights his enduring impact on Hollywood, yet his personal battles remain a somber reminder of the cost of fame. Clara Blandick's portrayal of Auntie Em in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz remains one of her most memorable roles. Her character, embodying warmth and resilience, served as a grounding force for Dorothy amid chaos. Despite the film's success, Blandick faced personal challenges that overshadowed her career. After Oz, her roles diminished, and she struggled with the transition from a beloved character to an actress seeking work in a changing industry. Blandick's life took a darker turn as she battled depression and financial difficulties. In 1962, she faced a scandal when she was found in her Los Angeles home, having taken her own life. This tragic event shocked those who knew her, highlighting the stark contrast between her on-screen warmth and her off-screen struggles. Before her death, she had been living in relative obscurity, reflecting on her past glory while grappling with her mental health. The last known information about Clara Blandick reveals a complex woman whose legacy is intertwined with both her iconic role and her poignant life story. Buddy Ebsen's role as the Tin Man in the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz is a haunting chapter in his life. Originally cast as the Tin Man, Ebsen faced a severe allergic reaction to the aluminum powder used in his makeup, leading to his hospitalization. This forced him to withdraw from the role, and Jack Haley replaced him. The experience left a mark on Ebsen, who later described it as a dark moment in his early career. After Oz, Ebsen's career took a different trajectory. He found success on television, notably in the Beverly Hillbillies, where he played Jed Clampett. However, his life was not without turmoil. Ebsen faced personal hardships, including the tragic death of his sister, who struggled with mental illness. He also dealt with financial difficulties during the Great Depression, which shaped his views on success and stability. In later years, Ebsen became a vocal critic of the Hollywood system, expressing concerns over the treatment of actors. His final years were spent in relative obscurity, but he remained a beloved figure in American entertainment until his death in 2003. His legacy endures, marked by both triumph and tragedy. Judy Garland's portrayal of Dorothy Gale in the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz catapulted her to stardom, but her life was marred by struggles and hardships. Born Frances Gumm, Garland began performing at a young age signing with MGM Studios at 13. Her role as Dorothy cemented her status as a Hollywood darling, but the pressures of fame took a toll on her mental and physical health. And struggles with addiction and weight gain began during the filming of The Wizard of Oz, where she was given amphetamines to control her appetite and barbiturates to help her sleep. This marked the beginning of a lifelong battle with substance abuse. Her personal life was also tumultuous, with 5 marriages and numerous affairs, including a highly publicized romance with actor Tyrone Power. Garland's career continued to soar, with notable roles in Meet Me in St. Louis and A Star is Born, but her personal demons persisted. In 1959, she was hospitalized for a near-fatal overdose, and in 1967, she was found dead in her London home, the victim of an accidental overdose of barbiturates. The coroner's report noted that she had been taking the pills for several months prior to her death, and that her body had become accustomed to the high dosage. In the years leading up to her death, Garland's performances became increasingly erratic, with some shows ending in disaster. Her final performance was at the Talk of the Town nightclub in London, where she was booed off stage. Despite her struggles, Garland remains an iconic figure in Hollywood, a testament to the enduring power of her talent and the lasting impact of her legacy. Angelo Rossito played a memorable role as a Munchkin villager in the 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz. His portrayal contributed to the film's whimsical charm, embodying the innocence and joy of the Munchkin community. Despite his brief appearance, Rossito's presence left a lasting impression, showcasing his unique stature and talent. Born with dwarfism, he faced significant challenges throughout his life, both personally and professionally. After the film, Rossito struggled to find consistent work in Hollywood, often relegated to roles that exploited his physicality rather than showcasing his range as an actor. His career included appearances in various low-budget films and television shows, but it was marked by financial instability and personal hardships. In the 1950s, Rossito became embroiled in controversy when he was accused of involvement in a real-life crime, leading to a brief stint in prison. This incident overshadowed his career and contributed to a sense of mystery surrounding his later life. He eventually found solace in a quieter existence, distancing himself from the entertainment industry. The last known information about Rossito indicates he lived a reclusive life, passing away in 1991. His legacy remains tied to his iconic role in The Wizard of Oz, a film that continues to resonate with audiences. Charlie Grapewan portrayed Uncle Henry in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz, embodying the character as a steadfast yet troubled figure. Grapewan's performance captured the essence of a man burdened by the harsh realities of life on a Kansas farm, facing both financial hardship and the emotional weight of a family in distress. His portrayal added depth to the film's themes of longing and resilience, contrasting the fantastical elements of Oz with the starkness of Dorothy's home life. Grapewan's career spanned several decades, with notable roles in silent films before transitioning to talkies. However, his life was not without turmoil. Grapewan faced personal challenges, including the tragic death of his first wife, which left him deeply affected. He also dealt with industry changes that threatened his career, struggling to find roles that matched his talent in an evolving Hollywood landscape. In his later years, Grapewan found some stability, continuing to work in film and television until his passing in 1956. His legacy remains tied to his role as Uncle Henry, a reminder of the complexities of life that often lie beneath the surface of cinematic storytelling. Grapewan's story is one of perseverance through personal loss and the relentless pursuit of a place in a changing world. Billy Burke's portrayal of Glinda, the Good Witch, in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz remains iconic. Her performance radiated warmth and charm, embodying the essence of hope and kindness in a tumultuous world. However, Burke's life was marked by complexities that extended far beyond the silver screen. Born in 1884, she began her career on stage, transitioning to film in the early 1900s. Despite her success, she faced personal challenges, including a tumultuous marriage to the wealthy theatrical producer Florenz Ziegfeld. Their relationship was fraught with scandal, including allegations of infidelity and financial instability. After the peak of her career, Burke's life took darker turns. She struggled with the pressures of Hollywood and the impact of the Great Depression, which affected her finances. She faced health issues later in life, including a battle with a serious illness. Despite these hardships, Burke remained resilient and continued to work in film and television. Her last known appearance was in the 1960s, but she faded from the public eye. Billie Burke passed away in 1970, leaving behind a legacy of both enchantment and personal struggles that painted a complex picture of a beloved star. Lois January played the role of the Emerald City manicurist in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz, a small but memorable part that showcased her talent amidst a cast of iconic characters. January's character, with her vibrant presence, contributed to the film's enchanting atmosphere, but her life was marked by shadows that extended far beyond the silver screen. After the film's release, January struggled to find consistent work in Hollywood, facing the harsh realities of an industry that often discarded actors after their initial fame. Her personal life was tumultuous, marred by a series of scandals that included tumultuous relationships and battles with alcoholism. January's struggles with substance abuse led to a decline in her career and estrangement from family and friends. In the late 1950s, she attempted a comeback but faced significant challenges, including health issues and financial instability. Despite these hardships, January remained a resilient figure, often reflecting on her early days in Hollywood with a mixture of nostalgia and regret. The last known information about Lois January indicates she lived a reclusive life in her later years, with few public appearances and limited interaction with the entertainment industry. She passed away in 1990, leaving behind a legacy that is often overshadowed by the more prominent stars of her time. Her story serves as a reminder of the fleeting nature of fame and the darker realities that can accompany a life in the spotlight. Burt Lahr portrayed Zeke, the Cowardly Lion, in the 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz. His performance blended humor with a deep sense of vulnerability, embodying a character torn between courage and fear. Lahr's ability to convey emotional depth in a fantastical setting left a lasting impression on audiences. After the film, Lahr faced the challenges of typecasting, struggling to escape the shadow of his iconic role. He continued to work in theater and film, but his career was marred by personal difficulties, including a tumultuous marriage to actress Mildred Schroeder, which ended in divorce. Lahr battled financial issues and was known for his heavy drinking, which affected his health and relationships. His later years were marked by a decline in public appearances and a retreat from the spotlight. Lahr passed away in 1967, leaving behind a legacy that reflects both his comedic talent and the darker aspects of his life. His last known information reveals a man who, despite his success, grappled with the complexities of fame and personal strife. Harry Bernard played a Munchkin villager in the 1939 classic film The Wizard of. His role, though small, contributed to the film's enchanting portrayal of the land of Oz. Bernard's performance captured the whimsical spirit of the Munchkins, who welcomed Dorothy with a song and dance. However, the film was just one highlight in a life marked by complexity and struggle. After the film's release, Bernard faced numerous challenges in his career. Like many child actors, he struggled to find steady work in Hollywood. His life took a darker turn as he battled personal demons, including alcohol addiction. This struggle led to several run-ins with the law, including arrests for public intoxication. Despite these hardships, He continued to work in theater and television, but never regained the fame he had during his youth. In his later years, Bernard became reclusive, distancing himself from the Hollywood scene. He lived in relative obscurity, and little is known about his final years. Reports suggest he passed away in the late 1980s, leaving behind a legacy tied to one of cinema's most beloved films. As we reflect on the enchanting journey of The Wizard of Oz, it's hard not to feel a wave of nostalgia wash over us. This timeless classic, released in 1939, has left an indelible mark on the hearts of many. The vibrant performances of Judy Garland as Dorothy, and the unforgettable characters like the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Cowardly Lion have inspired generations. Each cast member faced their own unique challenges, from Garland's struggle with the pressures of fame to Burt Lahr's battle with typecasting. Their stories remind us of the resilience required in the entertainment industry. Did you grow up watching this magical tale? What memories do you have tied to those colorful scenes and catchy songs? Perhaps you remember watching it with family. Or maybe it sparked your own dreams of adventure. We invite you to share your stories in the comments below. Let's celebrate the impact this film has had on our lives and keep the magic alive.